right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am the one, the only Matic B Mobley. Sitting here with my boy V Brown here.
What's up? What's up?
And tonight, I usually do the journey alone, but I'm gonna do the journey with V Brown, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because this is my journey.
We're all
But
sharing
tonight,
the journey.
tonight, we're sitting down with somebody that's near and dear to me, very good friend of mine, a business partner. He owns a company called Amore. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. You know what I'm saying? My man Phillydark1.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? Good to see you. Good to have you in.
Hey, man, good to be here. It's always good to be amongst family. You know what I mean?
No doubt about it. So let's start this off. So what made you come up with Amore?
Well, the reason why I came up with Amore because, to be honest, I lost two brothers to the violence in Philly, and they was murdered individually. One was murdered probably about 20 years ago, and the other one was murdered probably about 10 years ago. And I just, it always stuck with me. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be a catalyst to, kind of bring love back to Philly, Philadelphia, where it's supposed to be known for brotherly love, but it really is not. So I just wanted to do my part in honor of my brothers that was lost, in this ridiculous cycle of violence that, hangs over Philadelphia.
Well, I mean that's understandable. That's understandable. We gotta do better here. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Well, my second question I would like to ask you is like, okay, the name Amore. So what separates that brand from other brands?
I mean, well, the name Amore, that's not just the name. The whole title of the brand is called Amore, World Needs More. World needs more love. So that's what sets me apart from all the others, is that it represents love. More is the Italian meaning of love in Italian, and the world needs more love.
I'm glad you cleared that up because I thought the world needs more part was more so like a tagline. So I'm glad that we
No, that's the whole name of the brand.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. That's the whole name of the brand. Amore, world needs more.
But in addition to that, what else sets it apart? Because there's so many people making clothes and things like that, independent labels. Like what really sets the Amore brand apart, other than the representation of love? Like, what do you put into this?
I mean, I put blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm also, one that I get out and feed the less fortunate ones. You know what I mean? I go feed them. And a lot of brands talk about it, but I do it. And also, it's a part of who I am. You know what I mean? That's what's in my heart, to spread love to others. I'm not a violent dude. When I was younger, I had some wild days like we all have. But, now I've grown older and wiser. You know what I mean? I'm trying to spread love before I spread anything. You know what I mean? I can get wild like the rest of them, but that's not where my heart is. My heart is to, show love to everybody that I come in contact with, you know what I'm saying? And that's like, at the end of the day, when you talk about love is God. God is love. And that's what my brand actually stands for, is God. World needs more God.
Nice.
So what are one of the rewards? Well, not just one. What are all the rewards of owning your own business?
I mean, to be honest, to own your own business, it's to like chart your own course. You know what I mean? You're your own boss. You know what I mean? You are the beginning and the end. You know what I mean? You don't have to answer to nobody. You can take vacations when you want to. You can quit when you want to. You can, you know what I mean? It's everything under your power. You see what I'm saying? It's taking your life into your own hands, so to say. Nobody can come in and say, you fired. Phillydark1, you fired. Get up out of here. Can't nobody say that to me.
Right.
I own this. I started this from the mud, so to say.
Nice.
Hence the Quick 15 Network.
No doubt. That's what it's all about, being self-sufficient. And that's what I'm trying to also show to the younger youth, is that being self-sufficient, starting your own brand, starting your own company, because it's nothing like it and nobody can take it away from you. When you do it the right way, professionally, you cross all your T's and dot all your I's, start your LLCs and get your tax and, all that, number and everything, you got to do all that. You got to do it the right way, and can't nobody take it away from you if you do it the right way.
Nice.
So where do you see this going within the next 5? Next 5 years.
The next 5 years, I would like to be up in stores. You know what I mean? I would like to, see it on cars. You know what I mean? That's the thing about it. It's a brand. You know what I mean? I want to see it on like trucks, like with the interior. You know what I mean? The more logo on stuff like that, on books. You know what I mean? On watches. You know what I mean? I want to see it on Christmas ornaments. I'm just trying to establish something that's gonna, you can see it around the world, not just on T-shirts and hoodies and hats. You know what I mean? It's a bigger picture for me. It's not just about T-shirts and hats. Like I'm working on a $1,000 hoodie at the moment. You know what I mean? Something that's tangible where you can feel the quality. It's like leather, snake skin, and suede and fur. You know what I mean? But it's more of a luxury item. You see what I'm saying? And it can stand the test of time because you can touch it and feel the quality, like a good handbag, a good pair of shoes. You see what I'm saying?
So hold on now. When you originally had it, the logo was one way, and I've noticed the change, and I noticed it's like more detailed, and it's like an angel and all that. So what made that come about? Why the change?
Well, the angel is just a design. It's just a design just to, show people that, this is a part of, the brand. You know what I mean? It's just showing love. The angel's about love. And that's all. That's just a design. That's not actually a part of the logo. That's just the design of the shirt at the time.
All right. So, I mean, because I'm like, that would give people the impression that, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because if it is a change, it's a good fucking change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it stands out more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've heard that. But that's just a design. Like I'm gonna bring multiple designs through. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do different kind of aesthetics with it. I'm gonna go crazy with it. Nothing. There's no holds barred. I'm just going out. With it. Just on fire, just set it ablaze, different designs, different kind of styles. You just got to watch, you know what I mean? And actually, I got the sweatshirt that you're referring to here where I can show the people,
all right.
You know what I mean? The
plug time, plug.
No doubt. I got to bring it through. And let people check it out. You know what I mean? This is the one he's referring to.
Right.
Angel.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Amore.
That's why I said, like, if you've seen, like, I know you got a website, so of course,
I don't want to
we gonna put it up.
much, but let me feel that.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, that's quality. That's heavy. That's thick.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, you can feel that. There ain't no cheap stuff.
We'll make sure we put the website up too.
Yeah. www.amoreworldneedsmore.com. You can find me at that on everything: Instagram, Facebook. You know what I mean, and the website.
So let me ask you this. So yes, starting the business, you get the trials, you get the tribulations, so forth and so on. So, is there anything that you would do differently?
Yeah, I wouldn't go it alone. It's a lot of work when you go it alone. It's like, everything is on you. It's independent and you don't have to answer to nobody, but you carrying the weight of the world. You can't do everything by yourself, and I'm quite sure you know that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just real. You know what I mean? And the thing about it, when you bring more people in that's smarter than you in your business, that's going to, it's going to feed into you. It's going to grow your business because you want smarter people. The smarter people you have around your business, the smarter your business will be.
I mean, I get that too, but it's like for me, first of all, first thing I got to see is you got to be like-minded. You know what I'm saying? We got to be on the same page from the beginning.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
We can't be.
You got to mesh.
Tug of war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let us get some millions before we tug at shit.
Right, and that's true, and that's why right now I'm still alone because you know what I mean. I'm not with that tug of war. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me what I should do with my brand, what direction I want it should go in. I know what direction I want my brand to go in, and I don't need nobody coming on board to tell me that unless I ask you to take it in another direction. Mm-hmm. But for to come in and say, yo, you should go this way, or you should do this, and you should do that. Nah, that's not the direction I want to go in, and I'm not going to deal with certain influences if it doesn't connect with my brand. You see what I'm saying?
Now we all see the finished product, reaping the benefits of having this label. Have you been met with any challenges by owning your own business, owning the Amore World Needs More? Right.
Challenges, yeah. Sleepless nights, man. When you're a creative, man, you up all night. Like you can't sleep. Like you'll just pop up out of your rest and have an idea, and you're like, I'm up in the morning. Like sometimes I won't go to bed at all, man. It'd be the morning time, and my wife will come down and be like, "You didn't go to bed yet?" Like, and I'm like, "Nah, I can't sleep." When I'm being creative, when my brain is going, ain't no time to sleep. I sleep later. You know, you got plenty of time to get some rest. But, you know, I understand what she's saying, you know, just trying to stay healthy, you know what I mean, get some rest. But when you creative, man, them juices get to flowing. You don't want it to stop.
Something wakes you up out of your sleep.
Yeah, that's real.
I know.
Real.
Man.
That's real. People, creative individuals can understand where I'm coming from. I'm quite sure y'all understand.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We like in the group text. I'll randomly say something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because it crossed my mind. I know they sick of me. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It's the circle. We all got this, you know what I'm saying? We all got the same common goal. You know what I'm saying? So,
no
and
doubt.
it's and like
I particularly, I love it. I love to be around creative people, man, because I'm a creative soul. You know what I mean? When things start to get stagnant, I just kind of, you know, I keep it moving. I gotta be creative. That's just who I am. I can't stand in one spot. I gotta see things move. I gotta see things grow. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of individual I am. I can't sit still. It's just my nature.
do you ever feel overwhelmed with?
Yeah, man. Creative people, they always feel overwhelmed because, like, you know, for instance, with my wife, like, she'll see me creating stuff and she'll ask me to slow down, like, you're doing too much. And I get overwhelmed with individual that are try to hold me back from being creative. Like, she'd be like, you know, won't you slow down? Won't you just do this? I'm like, nah, it's a brand. You're supposed to create. And I get frustrated and overwhelmed with individuals that try to hold me back and try to keep me from stepping forward. You know what I mean?
Well, when I look at something like that, I don't look at it as a holdback. Sometimes they could be concerned for your well-being. You know what I'm saying? They want you
Depends
to
on the
crash.
delivery.
Yeah, the delivery. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
They be more
that's
concerned
true.
with the crash.
But
you know what I'm talking about?
Sometimes I take it personal. I shouldn't all the time because I know she's looking out for my best interest. But I'm like, if you know me, just let me do me and let me be creative, and I will sleep when I need to sleep. Trust me, I'm going to get some rest.
But sometimes we do need to be saved from ourselves.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And she does save me from myself, and that's why I love her, because she definitely, you know, looking out for my best interests, without a doubt.
So being a creative, what else are you creating at this moment? Are you sticking totally to Amore right now, or you got some other things you're working on?
I got a lot of stuff I'm working on, man. I don't want to give too much information on it, you know, but I definitely got a lot of stuff I'm working on. I definitely, you know, want to get back into some music, you know what I mean, and something like that. But I got a lot of ideas. And creative people know that your brain is always working. It never rests. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part of being a creative. You know what I mean? You always got ideas working in the back of your head, like, I could do this, I could do that. You know what I mean? The world is your oyster. You know what I mean? And your brain is always working. So I'm definitely, you know, thinking about a number of things I want to do, but I just got to pace myself. You see what I'm saying?
Have you considered a fashion show?
Definitely. I definitely consider a fashion show, and I'm leaning towards that. But I think when I do that, I want to do more cut and sew stuff. You see what I'm saying? When I go in that direction, I want to have, you know what I mean, like fashionable things. Not to say that hoodies and sweatshirts are not fashionable, but I want some aesthetic designs where I create it. You see what I'm saying? Like where I'm taking something from a different culture and connecting it. You know what I mean? I was just telling my wife, you know what I mean? I want to do fashionable. I want to get into cut and sew, and you know, what I mean, you'll go to school and do all that. But I will hit that point when I'm, you know, what I mean, I'm there. I don't think I'm there yet. I need a lot more, you know, work. I got the ideas, but it's just how to bring them to life. I'm not there.
Yeah, I just wanted to just put that out there.
No doubt. You're right.
Thinking, you know,
yeah. No, I'm 100%.
like a fashion show.
That's true.
Yo, I miss those, man.
Yeah, I'm coming that motherfucker like what's the guy Zoolander?
Ah, shut it.
You're right. You're 100% right about that. I just feel like me personally, I don't have enough yet. For me, I want to be boom. I want it to be major. I want to kick in the door. I want people to be like, whoa, like this is heavy. You know what I mean? things where it's only 10 of them, you know what I mean? And y'all better go ahead and get this because it ain't no more, you know what I mean? Exclusive stuff.
Hey, my mindset though, I'm like, who's to say that this, that like, you know, I'm optimistic. I'm like, who's to say that this won't, I mean, blow the doors off? You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that
with a small pop-up thing?
Right. Who's to say that the logo is eye-catching in itself? Who's to say that that wouldn't work? Who's to say that?
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Let's.
That's true.
Like I said, some people want to kick in the door.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then,
because I'm like, for us even doing this, is we taking a risk. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I'm always all for.
You're 100% right. Because what you like, other people love.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And they might be like, yo, like, bring it on. Like, that's what we want. That's the smoke we want, is that what you got already, just bring it. You know, what you got. And I probably need to. You know, I'm probably overthinking it. You know what I mean? I probably would doing myself a disservice by overthinking and just go ahead and give them what I got and see how they, if they accept it, you know, they do. They don't, they don't. You know what I mean?
I would say this. I'm gonna say this to all the creatives. I'm like, you know, because we do this often, and sometimes we'll say we'll listen to what we've done, and we say, I like that one, or this ain't it. What you have to understand as a creative is one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Facts.
That's why you notice I don't cut stuff out. I just put it all there. It's got to be authentic for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, because sometimes you might think something was a bad idea, and it could be the best thing that ever happened.
Yeah.
Like I think every creative should be more transparent.
True, I agree, 100%, definitely. I mean, because a lot of people, like a lot of songs that didn't come out, could have been million sellers, but people just sat on them, and what they say, analysis comes paralysis, you know what I mean? And you got to just put it out there. And I know I do that a lot. You know what I mean? I'll overthink it.
This guy got a ton of shit over there.
Yeah.
And crazy stuff I would never thought to do.
Right. Yeah. And I know I'm a victim of it. We all are. If you creative, you're a victim of, you know what I mean? Overthinking it.
I got this guy out of his shell, man. He's a big punk. Now he'll take the risk.
He's like, stop being a crybaby. Do this. I'm like, what? I'm not doing slapping ass music, but whatever.
Right.
We're creatives.
But I'm quite sure he had some stuff where you was like, yo, man, put that out. He's like, nah, I ain't
just
told
me about it. He just told me about it.
We all do it.
Drop. And he said, well, if you ain't going to do it, then send it here. I will do it. I'll do it the same way.
Exactly. So, and to say that if you're creative in every aspect of your creativity, it's something that you have forgotten about that you should have put out, and you never know what could have happened if you just put it out.
The fashion show. That's why I'm saying. I'm like, why
wait? You do this fashion show.
Why wait?
I know, right?
You go start with a small pop-up, and then you go be in New York Fashion Week the following year.
Right.
We're going to speak that for our brother right here.
Yeah.
You know me,
no doubt.
A pop-up on South Street this year.
And the feet go to the fire.
Fashion Week next year.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm a run with his motivation. I'm gonna do it.
And why not?
Because it may be, heaven sent this from his lips to my ears that God is, things work in mysterious ways. God work in mysterious ways.
Nothing
so why not do it?
Fail but a try.
Yeah, facts.
That's true.
And that's why I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it.
Nice.
And I'm doing more pop-ups this summer. I started last summer. I was out there at Cotman Mall. And I sold out, and that surprised me. You know what I mean? Like, I was sold out where they was like, you got more? And I'm like, not right now. And I was like, I kind of felt like a failure because I felt like I ain't come prepared. I wanted to have something for everybody, but the fact that I sold out, that was success to me. Enough, you know what I mean? But I know next time I'm coming. I'm coming
that's
with
not
both
unprepared.
barrels.
You underestimated yourself.
I underestimated myself. Yeah.
That's more.
And I'm gonna bring everything this time, definitely.
Good.
So with that being said, like, so okay, so what advice would you give another creative that decides to take the same path that you're taking? What would you tell that guy that he should do?
Stick to your dreams. Be persistent and consistent. Constantly work on your craft. You know, go to school. Don't think you know it all. You know what I mean? And connect with other brands. And, you know, you don't want to just get pigeonholed into your own brand. You know what I mean? Watch the landscape, see what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? And make like collages, you know what I mean? And also do a vision board. Like, you know, where you want to be, where you at and where you want to be, and things that you want, where you want your brand to go. That's important, you know what I mean? Because you got to set goals, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't do that. And by setting goals, it's just, like he said, holding your feet to the fire that you're going to follow this through. And it's a reminder, you know what I mean? It's a reminder of what you got to do, what's your why, you know what I mean? Why you're doing this. You see what I'm saying? And definitely, you know, setting your goals and doing the vision board, that's important.
I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you, like, so for someone out there listening, like, what would you tell them is step one? Because they can hear this and they're like, oh, it sounds so easy, but how do I even start?
Step one is to just put in the work. Go Google stuff. Like, that's what I did. I just went to Google and typed in t-shirt, how to start a t-shirt brand. And you'll just go down the rabbit hole and continue to go down that rabbit hole and just never get tired of finding new information about creating a t-shirt. You see what I'm saying? And just doing it every day. Make sure you get up and you do something every day to get to that. You're in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Whatever that is to you, you know what I mean? But always get up every day and think about and work on how you can make the brand better, and it'll keep growing. As long as you stay consistent and persistent, it'll continue to grow, you know what I mean? And never let nobody tell you what you can't do. You know what I mean? What's not hot. You know what I mean? Just go forth with it and see what hits. And if it don't hit, you try it. And if it don't, it is what it is. Keep going. Don't stop. Because you never know. It might your next item might be your million seller. You know what I mean?
How do you, so I know how I receive negative energy. I live for it. I thrive off negative energy. I love when people say, "Oh, this done up," give their opinion.
Give it back.
I give it back. But you know what I'm saying? And I continue to do what I'm doing because like nobody's going to change the narrative for me. So how do you deal with the negative energy?
Negative energy, I look at it like in negative information. Well, not just energy, but information that's negative, you can always find a bright spot in everything. You can find, you know what I mean? You can always find some information that you can grow from. Like, you don't want to just push it away just because it's coming with a negative overtone, because you might find, you know, a bright spot in there, but you just like, you gotta, my wife always says to me, she created this slogan, you gotta take the meat and throw out the bone. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to do with negative energy. Take out what you can find in it positive and throw out the rest. You know what I mean? You can't let it you can't let it fester in your brain. And my slogan is, you can visit the place but don't move in. You dig what I'm saying? You can visit it but don't move in. Don't stay there. You know what I mean? Because if you do, then you could let it destroy you. You know what I mean? Negative energy will just eat away at you. You know, if you're weak and you allow it.
Okay, I mean, I get it. I 100% agree. But I'm like, we can go on and on. But you know how I do it. I like to part two everything.
Yeah,
so, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
No doubt.
I mean, this is just the preview. You know what I'm saying. I appreciate you for coming out. I actually thought you wasn't gonna make it.
Oh yeah. You know well, you know, the crazy thing about it is that I ran into another board, you know, Humanize. Shout out to my man Humanize. He wanted to support the brand, and he's up and coming, you know, in Philly, that I definitely, you know, follow and support, you know what I mean? And I ran into him, and we was busting it up and talking about everything from the sun, the moon, and stars, you know, about the brands and everything. And I was giving him some information, you know, about Super Color and about, you know what I mean, doing air fresheners and stuff like that, just stuff to promote the brand. And before I knew it, an hour went by, because I love talking about this, because it's my life, you know what I mean? And he was feeling the same way. Like, I could tell he was getting comfortable just talking about it. And I'm like, yo, I got to go do this interview. I get back with you. And he was like, all right, man, dude, we going to connect. And, you know, but yeah, you know, I definitely was coming through without a doubt. This was meant to be.
I want to ask you something. Has anyone haggled you about your prices? I find that to be the pain in the ass
You know, it's
from
crazy.
some folk. When you're an independent person, you're an independent creative.
Talk about
whether it's your music or clothes or something. Somebody always want to haggle.
I'm glad you asked that question because
How
that's
do
the
you
same
handle
thing. And it's crazy, like the fact that you asked me that, because that was one of the topics that me and Humanize talked about. Because what happens is, and I'm quite sure y'all know this for yourself, just like with Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all of them, they never get haggled about a price. Black people will go in and support, like they was in line during the pandemic. You can Google it. Lines in the pandemic, spending money that was given to them to keep them alive, you know, feed their family. They're in lines at Louis Vuitton spending money. But when a black brand come along, now they want to ask, oh, what is it about? What it stand for? What it support? But you don't ask Louis Vuitton. You don't ask Gucci what they support. You don't ask none of those other brands. But when a black brand come,
too much for a sweatshirt.
Right. You'll never tell them ever.
You never ask what that monkey means on that pocket.
Exactly. you never hear that, and because and that's the crazy part to me, because this is the brands that support your neighborhoods. You know what I mean? We live in a neighborhood. These people don't want nothing to do with you. They up in their big Italian mansions and could care less about your family members. They can care less about what you do every day. But you can come and see me. You can talk to me. I'm in the hood. I live in the hood. And that's the crazy thing about it, because they'll say, well, that's too much. Like, who are you to say that's too much? No, you just say, I don't want to buy it. That's all you got to do is say, I'm cool. But don't tell me how to set my price marks. That's my business. And that's what I see a lot from black folks. And I hate to say it, but you know, it's sad to see, but that's what we get all the time as, you know what I mean, brands, is that we got to fight with our own people to make $1. And that's insane. That's insane. And that's sad. You know, we got to get away from that as a people, you know what I mean? And support each other, you know what I mean? Just like I said.